I picked you. Kind of came on pretty quick, and then starting lineup already. How did you hear about SIU? I guess being in Florida A&M.
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. It was just something that came out of nowhere. It was a call came out of nowhere, and like I thought it was a random number. I wasn't going to answer it. I picked it up, and it was Coach DeBoer. He was saying, "Hey, I'm down from Southern Illinois. I was looking at your film, and I like what we see, and looking at you, thinking about considering us as coming to us as a transfer." And I was like, this is what I've been waiting on. I didn't even think I was going to play anymore at one time. I had got injured. I was trying to go to school. Didn't think out of nowhere that this would be the scholarship that I attend.
What was the injury that kept you out of football last year?
I had a torn shoulder, a whole 360 tear on my shoulder, right shoulder. Very severe. It wasn't too much where I couldn't play. I played. I just didn't know I had it. I knew I had to get something repaired. So when I got it repaired, it was too late for me to jump into the season.
Was it a strained joint, or what was it exactly?
It was a whole full 360 tear. It was torn on each side, labrum. I had just put a lot of scraps, and I had a brace on it, and I continued to play with it at that time.
Pain wasn't was tolerable, I guess, for you?
I guess when it get to a want, football is something that I want and I love to do. And this is my heart. I feel like this is my job, and this is excitement for me. Like I lost a lot of things in my life. Just speaking of this cancer game that's coming up, also I lost my mom to cancer, and personally that was all I had. So when that was my love, and when that got taken away, I found my new love in football. Ever since then, this is all of my dream has been, was playing ball. So once I'm out there, a lot of pain and a lot of stress that I go through, it really disappears. It only goes to what I get a chance to do that makes me happy, make me enjoy life.
How did you come to the offensive line? You just thought that was the best. You've always been a big kid?
Growing up, I've always been a big kid. D-line, I loved it. I had a god brother that played D-line. He was very good. He went up to Pittsburgh and went on to the NFL to play for the Chicago Bears. He played D, he taught me a lot of techniques. But for some reason, when I got to Glade Central High School, they looked at me and they would say, this kid's going to play offensive line for us. We had a couple big guys. I was a freshman. And out of nowhere, it just started to grow on me. I realized that this was the only position I was going to play at that time with my team, because my team is very talented. And honestly, it was like, if I want to play football, let me learn this position. So it became like that, and then it just continued on and on and on.
Did you ever play guard?
I played, my first year in high school, I played right tackle. My second year in high school, I played left guard. My junior year, I played center. And my senior year, I played right guard.
So the little guard, you played all three positions?
Correct, I played all three positions.
And you won the state title when you were the left guard?
When I was a senior.
Okay.
Junior year when I played center.
Okay. And so, tell me about Bella Glade, Florida. Where is that exactly?
It's a small town. We is like west of Palm Beach, Florida. Very, very small area. We like no more than 13 miles away from Pahokee, Florida. It's so hard to describe. It's like it's a one way. It's just like you ride until you see canyon fields everywhere. It's a lot of countryside, and then you run into a city out of nowhere. Like, where did it come from? Like that. It's at least 45 minutes to an hour or so from Fort Lauderdale. But it's a very tough place. Very, very small area where we go everywhere.
What do you like about Carbondale?
Carbondale is a lot bigger than Belle Glade by far. We come from a place where we only had one Winn-Dixie, no Walmart, no movie theater. Pretty much just had football and people in the community that you grew up in. There wasn't too much to do there but play football. Love what you do.
Is that your state championship ring? What is that?
This is actually a Florida A&M ring that we won conference in.
That's what they look like?
Correct.
Nice. Did you, now tell me about the guy that played for the Bears. You said he was your godbrother?
Correct.
What was his name?
Claude Jarien.
And what, was he an offensive lineman too?
No, sir. He was actually a DA.
Defensive back.
Correct.
Are you guys still close?
Very close.
Okay. And then, you know, your Angela Johnson was your mother. When did she pass away?
In 2009, March 4th.
Was it breast cancer or what was it?
We actually, it was a hurricane that came down south, and we had two big trees in the back of our yard, and they had some kind of way, I guess the wind was too strong, and they collapsed and hit against each other, and they landed on the roof. It was being fixed, and we didn't know that her part of the house, there was a huge closet in our room. We didn't know that part of the house had got affected. As you know, years go on, it would started raining and different things like that. The rain turned into mold and mildew. We couldn't tell it was in her closet because she had a lot of clothes, so it was kind of hidden. But I guess she was breathing it in. You know, when she got examined, it was 2 spots, one on her liver and one on her lungs. And I think she had developed lung cancer because her breathing had gotten very weak. And you know, before we can realize, before the doctor actually recognized what it was kind of too late. You know, her blood count had got so low, everything had started developing and affect her very well. So it was like it was so hard for her to fight coming from chemotherapy, and it turned into cancer and went from there.
Do you remember how old she was?
She was at the age of 38.
It was your freshman year? Were you already in college?
No, I'm sorry. She was not 38. She was 46. So,
were you at A&M? Was that your freshman year?
No,
Is
sir.
that right?
I was at University of Central Florida.
Okay. But you were in college?
Correct.
So, did you stay in college and finish out that year, or did you go home?
Yes, sir. I finished out college. It was very tough for me, but I felt like I had something to prove. I felt like I had something to get off my chest, and I felt like I wasn't gonna let her down, even though everything that I went through with my mom, the struggle that she went through to get me where I needed to go at, and make sure I get a good education. I wasn't gonna let her down in that aspect. I went back to school and worked hard, and I did what I needed to do.
Hey, did you have any brothers? You have one brother, is that correct?
No, sir. I have 3 brothers.
3. Okay. Do you have any sisters?
No, sir.
Did you? Was it just you and your mom? Your dad was not in the picture?
My dad was never in the picture. My guy that I call my dad, he was in the picture. He was a great dad to me. He taught me everything I needed to know as far as handling myself, as far as teaching me how to become a man, and basically just teaching me how to carry myself around in public and deal with people. And he was a great inspiration in my life, and I took a lot of things from him. And I thank God he was actually in my life because I needed that structure. Because sometimes a mom can teach a boy how to be a man. So.
What did your mom do for a living?
She was sold life insurance.
Okay.
She was a life insurance agent.
And you have a son? Is that correct?
Correct.
And how old is he?
JB, he's 3.
3. So you had him in college. Is he down in Florida then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And any relevance to number 66, Jerry?
Say that one more time.
Any relevance to number 66? Did you pick that number?
Actually, my number is actually 64. 66 is the number that they gave me when I got here. I switched it to 64. I had to. I had 64 since I always played football. In high school, they used to call me, they used to just call us by a number. They say 6'4", so, and I was around 6'4" my height, so, I was like, okay, my number was 64, and I just kept on going through high school, and they changed it from, when I got to college, it became, my name was J. Mo, it's Jarien Moreland, so they cut it J. Mo, and they call it J. Mo 6'4", so, and they kept going on, and I just always kept my number with me. I loved my number 64, and then I realized that it was also around the time my mom was born in 1964. So, everything was just linking up so perfect. And the last time I can remember my mom came to a game, I had on the number 64. And I have a picture of that.
Now, just, how much will you think of that on Saturday? I guess that you're you know, they got cancer, and here you didn't have a blackout game at A&M, because this was the first one they would have done.
Well, you know, I didn't think about it as much in the previous week. When we was talking about it, I actually was talking about actually getting my jersey to put my mom's name on the back of it. I didn't get a chance to do that. I actually thought about it a lot more this weekend. Like, you know, hey, this is a cancer game coming up, and you know, just to think about it, my mom got cancer. You know, even though, you know, I don't grieve, you know, to the fact. I know that, you know, that's my mom, and you know, she did everything for me, you know, and I love her to death, you know. But you know, I think, you know, God, you know, it was in this situation because I had to grow up. I had to become a man that I am. So, you know, I don't take that from him, you know, and he took her. But at the same time, you know, I kind of look at it as in, you know, it would be something, you know, to play with my mom's name on my back, you know, and say that, you know, this is what she died of and this is who I'm representing. And that's to let the world know that, you know, that I am one of the person that was hurt with, you know, along with y'all, that I am grieving with y'all through pain, you know, but at the same time, we can all lift our heads up high and say, you know, this is the time to celebrate them. We can play for them.
And you get to play for somebody else, right? Whoever's jersey you do have, I don't know who it is.
Right, I understand, right.
But that's got to be a little exciting for you.
Yes, sir, because I can also express myself for them.
So, Jarien, how did you move into the starting lineup here? I know you're a big guy, and obviously I'm sure you're pretty strong, but it had to be hard to learn the playbook and to just to rise to that occasion so quickly. You just had a goal in mind?
Honestly, it became not even a want, it's a desire, it's a must. I want to get to that next level, and I realize that it's whatever I have to do, sometimes you have to give up the times that you don't want, you know, and I got in the playbook. I got in hard, I studied. I realized that this is what I want to do, and when I learned each play, and when I got in, I got my opportunity, I showed what I can do in pass protection and in walkthroughs. I'm showing them, you know, scrim, the punch, you know, the drive, that, you know, this is what I want. Yeah, we're doing walkthroughs, but I'm still showing you, I'm giving you my effort on top of it. If I can go hard at this play, you know, when we doing walkthroughs, imagine how hard I can go once I play in the game. So I think I showed that enough to the coaches where they realized that, you know, hey, this guy want to play and let's give him opportunity. And, you know, I thank them for that because now it gave me an opportunity to actually get me to that goal that I need to get at.
You know, what are your thoughts on this Open Valley play? It's a little different conference than what you're used to, and you're gonna get a chance to see one of the better teams right away.
Well, honestly, when it comes to an opponent that I deal with each and every week, honestly, I feel like I'm a man first, and I feel like I can't let no another man beat me. I don't care who you is. Now we everything could be, you know, cordial. You know, having fun, you know, but when it comes down to the game, that game that I love, I'm about to you all game long. So I feel like ain't nobody, period, is going to battle me. I just want to go. And I'm going to give you everything I got. So when they say that this is a tough conference, this is the SEC of this, you know, league and stuff, I'll be like, you know, okay. Like I feel like this year, we're going to shock Carbondale with a ring this year. Because I feel like personally this is the year that this team is going to actually raised to the occasion, and we're going to show the team, we're going to show the Valley that this is the SIU team. We are the dogs of this conference.
Were you doing not playing football?
Me and my roommate, Montana Edwards, we transferred from Minnesota. Actually, we jog from time to time. Last night, we got on push-ups with the cards. He flip a card, I flip a card, and how many it is, we do push-ups from there. Had me tired last night, tell you. But from there we work out, do little things here and there, and then I, you know, occasionally watch Prison Break. I'll make sure that if I got something coming up, I make sure I try to have my homework done before time, and I can get it turned in, so then it won't interfere with, you know, me dealing with football and different things like that. I think me as an older person, I came to realize, like, you know, if you get those things done, you'll have more time to yourself and to think about other things and to do other things that you actually want to do.
And how does it change to being a father?
Let's just say it's a great thing. It's beautiful to watch someone grow up, someone that you raised in, someone that you know, that calls you dad and just tell you, you know, that he loves you and he miss you, you know, and just, you know, to see that, you know, the next person that come up, you know, he's following after you. So you got to think about what are you putting off in this world? What are you leaving behind? You know, and I thank God that he can say that, you know, my dad graduated from college. And my dad is going to get his master's and he's still playing football. He loves football. I mean, you can't take a ball out of his hand. You know, it's just, you know, he loves seeing me accomplish great things, and I think that he's going to learn from that and actually want to do the same thing. Not only him, I mean, I have a smaller brother, man. He played quarterback. He's 6'4" right now. He's a freshman, you know, in high school. You know, I mean, he tell me every day I'm his #1 role model, and that's just something good to hear. That's what I feel like I need to do. That's what I want to be. The next person to help the next person to be better than me and accomplish way more than I did. So.
And you're doing criminal justice. Do you want to be a cop someday, or when the football days are over, or what do you think?
I mean, I did criminal justice. I actually learned a lot going into that field. There's so many things you can do in that field. I mean, as far as you know, dealing with, like I said, like you say, call being a law officer. So much. I mean, I would love to be a U.S. Marshal personally. I mean, if I had to go into that field, actually I'm going to recognize, you know, as my master's. And what I'm doing that is actually recreational therapy. You know, my auntie is down, she's trying to build her strength back up, and I think, you know, that'll be a very good field I can go into, something I love, to actually see kids build themselves up and become stronger and be that next person, you know. And, you know, and I can say, you know, hey, you know, I help that person, you know, get along their way, you know, to keep moving towards life. Maybe they can help the next person and say, you know, I can inspire them as I'm speaking to them and helping them and encouraging them. You know, maybe this can help the next person, you know, and say, hey, I learned this from this guy. You know, and that's really what I want to do. That's all I feel like my purpose is to do.
Who's your NFL team, Jarien?
Broncos.
Okay. I was afraid you were going to say Jacksonville. Yeah, they're playing tonight.
Yeah.
I believe.
Should have got Tim Tebow.
You like Tim Tebow?
He would have been good in Jacksonville. He's a hometown man in Jacksonville, so I think he would have drawn a lot of crowd, and I think he would actually he's a winner. I can say that much. Anybody I like a winner.
Yeah. Anything else to add?
Come again?
Anything else to add? Appreciate the time, man.